Whether you're letting someone go on good terms or bad terms, it still can be quite difficult to do so. Stay tuned as I'll be discussing why it's important for you to let go for your sake. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Michael A. Benson here, and on this channel, I focus on giving men the knowledge and the tools that they need to help control the lives that they desire. If you're a man looking to better himself, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. You know, letting someone go can be a very difficult decision to make. I mean, a lot of the times when we're thinking of letting someone go, it's usually someone pretty close to us, right? Whether it's your best friend or it's a close relative or you know, it's someone that you've been in a relationship for quite some time. And a lot of people become hesitant of doing that or making that decision because of the repercussions, right? And typically the repercussions usually come in the form of how they feel, all right, about the decision. And also how that other person is going to react or feel about that decision. And I think that a lot of the times, you know, when people make decisions based on their feelings, it totally disrupts like the cognitive decision, right? The mindset that you need to have when you're going to make that decision. It disrupts it because you're now reacting to how you feel rather than the situation itself, right? And so if you can kind of discern your feelings from what is true in that situation, you're going to be better off. You know, if someone's making, if someone's feeling sad, right, that they have to make the decision, or they're feeling that they're doing the other person wrong, right, or that they're, whatever the case may be, they're not going to make the decision. They're more than likely going to continue allowing this person, whether they're on good terms or bad terms, whatever the reason for them to let go, whatever that reason is, they're going to continue to indulge that person within their life, and they're not going to make the decision that they initially wanted to, which is to let them go, because again, based on their feelings, and also too, you know, they're probably scared of what the other person might say or do. Should they approach them and say, hey, you know, things aren't working out for whatever reason, you know, you need to, you know, get out of my life, or we need to separate, or whatever the case may be. And so the sooner that you guys can understand and discern your feelings from the actual situation and what has happened or what is happening, the better and the faster you can make a decision as to letting that person go. Don't get attached into your feelings or even the other person's feelings and allow that to dictate the decision that you need to make, because ultimately you already know what the decision is, because you initially had those feelings, right, of, okay, this isn't working, you know, I'm not comfortable with this decision, I'm not comfortable with this circumstance that's happening, or whatever has been happening. We need to separate, we need to part ways. So again, separate your feelings and their feelings from the decision, and that will bring you closer to you know, what's right for you. Because ultimately, when you make the decision of letting someone go, it's not what's typically always right for them, but more so what's right for you. Now, if you're the person that is causing the, you know, negative, you know, environment for another person, and you decide that, hey, you know, we should part ways, then kudos to you. You know, most people don't do that. But obviously you have the self-awareness to say, you know what, I'm causing this person harm. I love this person. I don't want to see them, you know, end up, you know, in a bad situation because of me. So let me part ways. Kudos to you if you do that. But most of the time, you know, when we make a decision to let someone go, it's because someone else is negatively affecting us in some form or fashion, right? And so we have to excuse ourselves from that relationship in order for us to better ourselves and to be able to make better decisions as we progress. So try and stay away from making a decision based on what you feel in that moment, or what you feel you know, will happen after you make the decision. You know, when you decide to let someone go, you have to have a certain level of love for yourself to make that decision, right? If you don't have a certain level of love for yourself, you're more than likely going to deviate from whatever decision you were initially wanting to make. And I know this because if you don't have enough love for yourself, typically any standards that you have for yourself or any beliefs that you stand by, you usually allow them to fall by the wayside when a situation or a circumstance arises, because you don't fully believe in your beliefs and you don't fully believe in the standards that you set for yourself, because you don't have enough love to uphold them, right? You don't have enough love for yourself to uphold what it is that you stand for. It's just like being in a relationship, right? And like, if you don't know what your value is prior to you walking into that relationship, if a person does something that typically is against your standards or against your value, you're probably going to let that slide, right? For whatever reason. But if you've done the work on yourself and you know truly who you are, what your value is, and you love yourself from the essence of you, you're not going to let anyone walk over your standards. You're not going to let anyone disrespect your beliefs. You're just going to part ways with that person, and understand from a mindset that that person is not for you. So, if you're having to make decisions of letting someone go and you're finding that it's difficult, check with yourself first, right? Check with who you are and trying to encompass love for yourself. Because someone who truly loves themselves, again, they're not going to deviate for anyone, right? You ever look at like a high class woman, right? Like someone like a high value woman, she's got standards and beliefs, and she's got morals and principles that these are her guidelines. This is her base. And anyone that comes in that vicinity, if they don't meet that criteria, then you're out, right? And it's as simple as that. Women can do that easier than men. Men will typically deviate from their standards, if they have any at all, because they're thirsty for lust and sex. You know what I mean? So men are more likely to, deviate from what they know just to get pleasure, right? Or because the woman is hot. And so that all stems from not having enough love and respect and integrity for yourself to say, no, this is not fitting what I'm trying to do. The relationship that we have is not working, right? You're not on the same wavelength as me, and that's totally fine, but I'm going over here and you can stay where you are. You can do what you do, right? So again, just having enough love for yourself to make those difficult decisions for you and only you is going to help you, man, as you progress through life. Because again, if you're not able to make those difficult decisions based on what you feel, based on what someone else may feel, or simply because you lack the self-love and the self-worth to do that, it's going to be quite difficult for you to discern yourself from people that aren't positively impacting your life, and being able to make decisions that can truly make a difference in your future. So truly love yourself, and you're gonna be so much better off. I promise you, because like I said, once someone has like internal love within themselves, there's just so much joy and happiness within that person, and there's nothing that anyone else can do or say that's going to disrupt that type of energy and that flow within themselves. And if you can get to that space, then having to let someone go is going to be fairly easy. It's going to be fairly simple, because they're either with you, right, or they're against you, right? And they're either meeting, the wants and needs that you have and fulfilling the same energy as you, or they're not. And it's really just that simple. Listen, as you guys may know, I'm a certified life coach, right? And so my job really in helping my clients is to get them from where they currently are to where they want to be in life, right? And so we go through the steps of understanding and analyzing their current situation, what are their dreams and their aspirations, and then what is the program or what is the structure that we need to set in place to get you to where you need to be. And so if I want to offer you guys some support, because I know that through the development, the self-development journey, it can be quite difficult. There's things in life that we deal with that we don't know how to address. We don't know where to start. And I think that one of the most powerful ways of changing oneself and understanding one's mindset is coaching, and doing that through a weekly support as you make that transition. So I want to offer you guys some coaching, man. So please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to put my email in the description box below, and let's just have a conversation in regards to coaching, man. I mean, if you're tired of things not going your way and you feel stuck and you don't feel like you're making any progress, but you have big dreams and you have big aspirations and you want things to happen for yourself, we got to talk about coaching, man. We got to start implementing some support there for you. So please reach out to me, shoot me an email at the email in the description below, and let's have a conversation. Let's get you to where you want to be. Listen, I thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Listen, if you guys want more information on how to, kind of bring in more self-care, more self-love for yourself, you got to watch this video next. It's going to give you some great insight. That way you can start making better decisions for yourself as you move forward. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, and as always, we'll see you on the next one.